Hi, my name is Darby Langford, and I am a student at Texas Women's University. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about 4 different books that I read this semester for my Multicultural Literature for Children and Young Adults course. There's some fantastic books. I hope you enjoy them too, and let's start talking. First up, we have We Are Water Protectors by Carol Lindstrom and Michaela Goad. This story is about a young Ojibwe girl who learns about the importance of water from her grandmother. She is then inspired to rally her people together to protect the sacred water from the things that threaten it. There is a black snake, or an oil pipeline, that is threatening to pollute the water and harm the Earth's resources. Will the people be inspired to come together and stop the black snake before it can pollute the water? This book was inspired by real people and real events, such as the rallies to stop the Dakota Access Pipeline. Carol Lindstrom's writing is truly inspiring. The words on every page are beautiful, meaningful, and they will encourage the reader to take action. My absolute favorite part of this book, however, are the illustrations. The pictures on every single page are just breathtaking. The harsh lines and colors of the black snake are a stark contrast to the cool colors and soft lines of the water. These pictures, when combined with the beautiful writing, will draw readers in from the start and leave them hanging on to every word. As an added bonus, there is a pledge at the end of the book that readers can take to become water protectors themselves. I absolutely loved everything about this book, and I am positive that readers of all ages will too. Next up, we have New Kid by Jerry Craft. Have you ever been the new kid at school? If so, this book might be for you. Jordan Banks is a 7th grade boy who absolutely loves drawing cartoons more than anything else in the world. His dream is to go to art school, but his parents decide to send him to a prestigious private school instead. So now, Jordan has found himself at a new school, in a new part of town, and with a bunch of kids that he doesn't see himself fitting in with. Jordan just doesn't relate to the wealthy students around him, and he quickly realizes that he is one of only a few kids of color at his new school. The story is told in a graphic novel format, with the standard panels that give the storyline, as well as the cartoons that Jordan has drawn. Jerry Craft perfectly manages to capture what it's like to be stuck between two worlds, to always feel out of place and to never truly feel like you belong. He also manages to talk about a lot of heavy and important topics such as racism and stereotypes, while also keeping things light and fun for readers. With the main character that loves to draw, the graphic novel format was a perfect way to tell Jordan's story. The pictures make it easy and relatable for readers to understand what Jordan is going through, even if they've never experienced something similar in their own lives. I don't want to give away too much because this is an excellent book for all readers, and I think you'll enjoy it too. Next up, we have Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. I have to say that I did not know anything about this book before I started, and boy was it a surprise. The story alternates between the narratives of our two main characters, Camino and Yahaira, following the crash of Flight 112 that was headed to the Dominican Republic from New York. Camino lives in the Dominican Republic with her aunt and looks forward to the summer months when her father visits her from New York City. Yahaira lives in New York City with her mother and father, and she dreads the summer months when her father goes to the Dominican Republic on business every year. The two girls find their stories intertwined following the events of the plane crash that left them both dealing with grief. Written as a novel in verse, Clap When You Land gives a side-by-side comparison of the two girls' lives. While at first we think that their worlds could not be further apart, we soon realize that maybe things just aren't as different as they seem. Family is the main topic of this book, and we soon start to question, what happens when your family isn't who you thought they were? Elizabeth Acevedo's writing is truly a work of art, and Clap When You Land deserves a place on anybody's shelf. If you get the chance, I highly recommend you try this one out on audiobook. It is just incredible. The final book I will be sharing with you today is Darius the Great is Not Okay by Adib Khorram. Darius is a sophomore at the Chapel Hill High School in Portland, Oregon. There, he finds himself to be a victim of bullying and he doesn't quite fit in at school. Some quick facts about Darius. He is half Persian and half American. He's an extreme tea aficionado, he suffers from clinical depression, and his grandfather now has a brain tumor. Due to his grandfather's deteriorating health, Darius and his family are off to visit his grandparents. The only problem? He's never been to Iran before, and he's never met his grandparents in person before either. After being singled out by security at the Portland airport, and again by the customs agents in Iran, Darius finally makes it to Iran with his family. Not only does Darius meet half of his family for the very first time, he also meets Sarab, a family friend of his grandparents. What happens next is a beautiful story about culture, about family, about mental health, and about friendship. Adib Khorram's writing is wonderful. Whether or not you're familiar with Persian culture, the story is relatable and humorous for any reader. As a tea lover, I really loved reading about Darius's passion for tea. But the best part of this book is the way that Khorram writes about depression. It's clear that Darius's depression is just a part of his identity, just as much as being half Persian is. And the topic is written about very sensitively and authentically, and readers can relate to it with ease. Darius the Great is Not Okay is a wonderful book that I would definitely recommend to young adult readers. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my talks, and I hope you enjoy these wonderful books. Bye!